Well, Trackman Tropics says the disturbance moves across the Gulf Coast. Good evening, I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore. A news conference just began a few minutes ago with New Orleans officials, so let's get to it and listen in.
Show up for our people. The city stands ready, again, with boots on the ground to face this weather system. Even in terms of this morning, activating sandbags in partnership and in collaboration with the New Orleans City Council, DPW, NOPD, and other partners. I am really proud to say that 8,000 bags were distributed. And that really speaks to the response of our community, trusting in the assets that we deploy and in real time. We've also conducted, in preparation for systems like this in hurricane season, multiple tabletop exercises. We've refined our emergency operations plans, and this really just speaks to every event is different and there are lessons learned, and we implement those lessons as we move forward. And we're just ensure that all departments are ready to mobilize as needed. This weather system, it's expected to approach the Louisiana coast by Thursday, that is tomorrow, which could produce multiple rounds of heavy rainfall, up to 10 inches. But again, we're being looking conservatively, I would say, as the information that was provided this afternoon. But again, caution that we're taking relative to up to 10 inches. And this is throughout the course of the weather event, from Thursday, even as we look towards Saturday. Our Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness, again, we coordinate with the National Weather Service, all state partners, as well as federal partners. The city remains under flood watch, which began today at 1 p.m. and will have in effect through Saturday, 1 a.m. We urge all residents to be on guard for potential heavy rainfall and possibly flash flooding. Listen, I have been seeing firsthand, I would say, how other cities have been impacted by rainfall just in the past couple of days. And again, that should just be something that we be mindful of as we prepare right here at home in the city of New Orleans. Please take this seriously and just stay weather aware. Always encouraging our residents as well as visitors. Text NOLA Ready, all one word, to 77295 for real-time updates through NOLA Ready. It just continues to be the most trusted source of information for the public all around, residents as well as visitors. Again, I mentioned about the 8,000 bags that were distributed this afternoon, but over 15,000 from the state of Louisiana have been and are being delivered to our public safety warehouse on today. You know, when this was told to me earlier, it's just another win for the city of New Orleans as I think about our public safety warehouse that we work very hard to stand up for the city of New Orleans. But without further ado, and to just keep the updates moving forward, I'm going to ask my CAO, Gilbert Montano, to come forward. You're going to hear from many leaders that are assembled here today, but we'll keep it going. Gilbert, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the team, the media. I'll be very brief in my remarks. Although we've been here at this stage and in this situation many times, obviously we take each and every one of these storms very seriously, and we assemble all the appropriate necessities required to make sure we can deliver for the residents that we serve. Just left the tabletop, and the evaluations have been decided, approved by the mayor, that we will close city buildings tomorrow and be upon a remote work schedule for our employees out of an abundance of caution. Of course, once this is established and we see what happens with this event, we will make the to-be-determined decision for Friday. Obviously, essential employees and public safety leaders and everyone you see speaking today will be on the ground ready and able to support all the reactions and dynamics that this storm may or may not bring. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
No, thank you, Gilbert. And our effort, again, is just to keep as many people off the roads as possible, but also being ready to serve the public as best we can relative to operations here at City Hall. Without further ado, Colin Arnold.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And thank you to our team here as well. So as the mayor said, Invest 93L, a low pressure system moving from Florida. We should expect winds coming in, from the east, gradually becoming south as it moves into Louisiana and past us. We're not as concerned about coastal flooding, obviously not storm surge or any of those types of things, really even high winds, not seeing much as far as winds over, 20, 25 miles an hour. There could be gusts when some of these rains come down, but, I think this is mainly going to be a rain event. It's going to be on and off, potentially very heavy rains. They have backed down a little from the last forecast to generally in our area, potentially 3, 4, 5 inches. There could be more in low-lying areas and areas where water collects. We want to make sure that we're very careful about our underpass locations around the city. They tend to flood quickly. People tend to drive in them despite the warning signs and flashing lights. Please don't do that. Turn around, don't drown, as we always say. There's a flood watch that's in effect from the National Weather Service through 1 a.m. on Saturday. I think the greatest threat of rain is going to be Thursday and Friday, and then potentially into Saturday morning. I'd like to say that, and been asked about it a lot, despite, what we have been hearing about changes to the National Weather Service, they have an incredible team at the National Weather Service office in New Orleans. We have always had a great relationship with them. You've seen them here at the podium before. They are working, they are at the office, and we're getting constant updates from them, and I don't anticipate any change to that. And so I really just wanted to acknowledge that I appreciate the level of cooperation that we have always had with the National Weather Service, and that continues to this day. The Emergency Operations Center will be activated tomorrow morning, and will be activated at a staff level activation throughout this, probably through Saturday, depending on the weather. As we need it, if we need it, we will bring in further departments and liaisons if the situation dictates. It was announced earlier today, but I'll remind everyone that neutral ground parking restrictions are lifted tonight at 7 p.m., starting at 7 p.m., and we're just going to lift neutral ground parking restrictions through Sunday at 7 p.m. We're going to give everybody plenty of time to both get their vehicles onto the neutral grounds if needed, and then once this passes, potentially Saturday, you'll have up until the next evening on Sunday to move your vehicles off. Please use caution when doing that. Please try to, keep our neutral grounds as pristine as they are, as our Parks and Parkways director would always tell me. The most difficult thing to watch as an emergency manager is what's going on in Texas. I've thought for it, these are the things that keep all of us as public safety officials up at night, is the thought that we can't communicate with our public to get something out that's important. We come up here and we say it all the time. We mean it. Text NOLA ready, one word, to 77295. It will take you 5 seconds to do. It will immediately come back with an acknowledgement that you've done it. We will send you everything that the National Weather Service sends up that is of import as far as watches and warnings. We amplify their message. We give additional messages. We let people know when the neutral ground parking is in or out. If something worse happens, this is how we can contact you. We have over 300,000 subscribers right now in this city. That's great. Other places envy that, but I want more. I want everybody to be on this system. I want everybody in this community to be on this system, because this is what will save lives at 3 o'clock in the morning. I would just suggest that you keep your phone charged, keep your phone close. We don't know what this is going to do. I don't think it's going to be much. I think we're not seeing an incredible amount of rain coming out of this, but in 2016, this similar type of situation occurred, and we saw what happened in Baton Rouge and in Denham Springs and on the North Shore. Not saying this is the same thing, but these are the types of, insidious weather events that come through very, very calmly, and then they're off the coast and they sit. And there's no indication this is going to do that right now, but we always have to be wary that these can sit here and dump a tremendous amount of rain on our area. And so that's why I'll say it again. please text NOLA Ready, one word, to 77295, and then you will be apprised of all the alerts that we send out. Again, we're on social media at NOLA Ready. We have the NOLA Ready app available on Android and Apple stores, and ready.nola.gov with all of this information. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you very much. And we're going to keep it going, and we'll have our Superintendent of Police, Ann Kirkpatrick. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. All right, I want to begin by telling you that we are ready. Starting at 7 o'clock tonight, we will be transitioning to all of our officers working a 12-hour shift. And we have 18 boats that are ready to go if they are needed. We have 4 high water vehicles, and we have a complement of other types of vehicles that if needed. I want to remind y'all of a couple of things. We have identified 15 intersections that we know are high risk for flooding, and we will give you that list. Knowing that on the front end, they will be barricaded and they will be monitored. I want to remind the public, and I want to remind everyone, that if you do drive around us, and that occurred last year, and I think we had a kind of a high news profile event, keep in mind of something. Not every police officer knows how to swim. You are not required to know how to swim to be a police officer. So officers are instructed by me, I want to make that clear, that they are not to put their life at risk to try to save someone in a drowning situation when they themselves may not know how to swim. And so we take very seriously for those people who need to be thinking about these intersections where there is flooding. Don't do it. If we can save you, we are going to do what we can. But the officers are not required to go into a situation they are not trained for. There's another food for thought I want our community to know. There could be downed power lines under that water. So even if others think about trying to wade in to help someone, please let those who are trained in high water rescue, please let boats, let those who are actually trained. But I just needed to remind you that police officers are not necessarily trained. You're going to see them out there in the weather. They're going to be tired. They're going to be wet. Not only will they be out there, but the leadership will be out there. I will be out there. The assistant superintendent will be out there. But when we say the little phrase, we mean it. Don't drown, turn around. It is not worth it, folks. And so we prepare for the worst, hope for the best in this particular rain event. But call us if you need us. We will be there, and we will do everything we can to help you, save you, but think through and be a good partner to us. All right? Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chief. Thank you for that. And we're going to keep it moving. I have Deputy CEO of Infrastructure, Joe Threat.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, the citizens of New Orleans and press. Infrastructure Group stands ready to respond and recover. I think one of the comfort levels I have in this capacity as Deputy CEO Infrastructure is we've been there, done that. We responded and recovered through many events. You can just name them. Our property management department contractors are performing inspections. All our city-owned generators are prepared and ready. Public Works, we've activated our severe weather policies with our contractors and our construction going on in the city. I was at a meeting yesterday with the Association of General Contractors, with Sewer and Water Board, Public Works, and Capital Projects to enforce the message that we want to secure all the construction sites in the city. We've got a lot of construction going on in the city between Public Works, Department of Transportation, Sewer and Water Board, and all the utility companies. So we've got open cavities. We've got a lot of hazards open in the city, and I asked all the construction workers throughout the city, even the private construction sites, to safe those sites, secure them, minimize your traffic controls if you can, and remove a lot of that heavy equipment out of the way. You'll hear from some of our tourist agencies that we've got a lot of people coming in town this weekend, in the thousands. So we want to make our right-of-ways and our construction sites safe. We supported this morning City Council and other departments with sandbag distribution. I think, Colin, we might have some more on hand if need be. All our essential personnel and infrastructure group are posted for duty. We're supporting Department of Transportation to clear state routes. We're supporting our partners at Sewer and Water Board with debris removal and drainage support if needed. We're assisting public safety with a barricade support and route clearing. We're also, all departments will support damage assessments if needed. Sanitation, our emergency debris contracts are ready to go, pending execution. Curbside solid waste and recycling collections will operate as usual unless otherwise the weather situation prevents. Residents are encouraged to secure the trash and recycling or trash carts at their location, their residence. Parks and Parkway is on call for emergency operations and road clearing, and residents are encouraged to use 311 to report any issues. We appreciate your support, and everyone be safe. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate you. And we're going to keep it moving.
All right, this is a press conference by the City of New Orleans. Mayor LaToya Cantrell there, just updating everyone on preparations in case this becomes something.
All right, we'll have Chris Franklin standing by right back with more on that tropical disturbance. He'll give us a clearer picture on what we can expect tomorrow.